something new. I-U-M-F-M, sound of unity. In every heart a shared melody, reaching minds with every beat. Voices from the world's need. From wisdom old to stories untold, we bring the light, the young and bold. Through every way, we rise and shine. I-U-M-F-M, your voice, your time. I-U-M-F-M, sound of unity. In every heart a shared melody, reaching minds with every beat. Voices strong, real worlds meet. I-U-M-F-M, your campus radio. Here with you wherever you go.
تقبل الله منا ومنكم تقبل يا كريم وجعلنا الله وإياكم من العائدين والفائزين والمقبولين كل عام وأنتم بخير. Semoga Allah menerima amal ibadat kami dan kamu, wahai Allah yang Maha Mulia, terimalah. Dan semoga Allah menjadikan kami dan kamu termasuk orang-orang yang kembali dan orang-orang yang menang serta diterima amal ibadah. Setiap tahun, semoga kamu semua senantiasa dalam kebaikan.
I'm Dr. Tengku Aysha Azman, a lecturer from Department of Communication. Don't forget to always tune in to IMFM every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Only on IMFM, your campus radio.
Cahaya menyuluh kegelapan, mendewasakan akal dan fikiran. Tidak hanya dunia kepalsuan, terhindar dari jurang kebatilan.
Assalamualaikum IMFM listeners. I am Amin Idris.
And I am Hafizul Faiz.
We are both alumni of IIUM.
Keep listening to IIM.FM, your campus radio.
Tidurkan anak-anakmu, kirimkan kata sayangku. Jalan Tuhanku diseru, hampiri surga yang dirindu.
alaikum and hi IIM fam. Welcome to IMFM, your campus radio, and the very first episode of Beyond Barriers, a space where we share stories of courage, growth, and resilience. I'm your host, DJ Aysha, and today we are starting this journey with someone who truly embodies the spirits of excellence and hope. So our guest today is an inspiring individual who was the KAED valedictorian of IIM 2024, and he has also led several student organizations like the Good Society and many other. And now he's currently serving as a Chief Operations Officer of Ateda Group and Officer to the Minister of Housing and Local Government. So please welcome to the extraordinary brother Aiman Ariffin to Beyond Barriers.
Hey Aisha, thank you so much for the kind introduction. I'm so happy to be back here. And yeah, let's do this.
I'm really happy that you agreed to come here for our very first episode, and title is Facing the Known, Starting Your Journey. So how is it like coming back to IIM, your university,
it's
as a guest?
surreal. Yeah, I mean, like, I've built so many memories here, and you know, to come back and face like where I've made so much memories. It's really a surreal experience because I miss it. You know, after leaving university, there's this phase of life where you don't really know what you're doing. So coming back to where it's familiar is such a nostalgic feeling. So it's great. It feels like a warm hug. Yeah.
Also, while preparing your introduction, it was very hard for me to do so because you had a lot of achievements like the Good Society in IIUM, Plan Make, Arc Make, valedictorian, the Best Student Award recipient, so much. So it was very hard for me to prepare the introduction for you. And I'm really happy for seeing your growth like this as a fan of yours.
Thank you so much, Aisha. You're too kind.
So before we start the interview, can you give a brief introduction about yourself to our viewers?
Yeah, sure. Hey everyone, my name is Aiman Ariffin. I'm currently 24 years old, currently working for the family business. I just resigned actually as being the officer of the Minister of Housing. And I'm currently also pursuing a military career. So I just enlisted in the Navy as there's this thing called PSSTLDM where you work as a military officer part-time. So it's not really a full-time commitment, but yeah, it's an exciting chapter that I'm really looking forward to. Yeah.
Wow, so many achievements. Wow, like it's so good to have you on, our show. So, just like the title of our show, like Beyond Barriers. So we talk about what all challenges, what are barriers you have crossed in your life, right? So according to you, what is your most important or heartfelt barrier that you have crossed in your life?
I think the biggest barrier that I've crossed in my life has to be like in my first year of university, because before this, I may seem like somebody now, but in first year that was totally not the case, because I used to be a KKK student. I'm not talking about a Ku Klux Klan. I'm talking about, there's this term in Malay where it means like kelas, katil, and kuliah, whereby you basically have a mundane life as a student where every day is a repetitive cycle. But in my first year, I thought like I'm done with this life. I feel like I want to do more. I want to reach my full potential. And I feel like there's much more to life than just living a repetitive cycle every single day. So that waking point and that turning point in my life, I feel like that is the greatest barrier that I had to overcome in order for me to become who I am today. And the driving principle that guided me through that would be the principle of seeking discomfort, because every single day I try to seek discomfort, because only in discomfort can we truly grow. So yeah.
Wow, that's a very good answer. So before we move on, let's take a small and a quick break.
All right.
Okay. So all the viewers, let's take a small and a quick break.
Assalamualaikum. This is Professor Sor of the Mindanao State University. You are now listening at IIUM FM, your campus radio. Nakikinig kayo ngayon sa ating IIUM FM, your campus radio.
Hello, I am Muhammad Suhaili Yusuf from Mindanao State University. So keep listening to IIUM FM, your campus radio.
Okay, so as like I told you before, many people know you for your achievements, but not everyone knows the story behind that achievements, right? So how did your journey towards excellence begin?
I feel like, as I mentioned before, it all started in my first year, because there's historical context is quite important because in my first year it was during COVID, and in COVID there was nothing like all these. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are in your first or second year because when you guys entered, there was already so many events, so many clubs to join. That wasn't the case for me. When we were in UIA, there were only CAED students, CAED and international students in the campus. We're basically trapped. We were like confined. It was like an open air prison in UIA because we couldn't even go out. We couldn't even meet our friends. The only thing we could do was go to class. And even when we were in class, we all had to sit like separately from each other. And I feel like at one point I got too comfortable because that was my life in CFS. I didn't really want to stand out. I just wanted to like do my own thing. I just wanted to study, play futsal after school, after class, and meet my friends. And I was comfortable with that lifestyle. I think anybody would be comfortable, right? But then there comes a certain point in your life where you would ask, is this it? Is this like all that there is to life? And I started to realize that in my third sem of CFS, where I started to say like, you know what, maybe I should go out more. And I started to join like debating competitions. I started to join public speaking competitions. And by the time I got to the final, it was mid-sem break, which we thought was going to be 1 week. And then the lockdown happened. And what was supposed to be a 1 week break turned out to be 6 months. So I didn't even get to like join anything after that. So we started our first year after that, and still it was lockdown. There was nothing. I couldn't do anything, and I was like demotivated. I'm just gonna do my own thing. There's no point in even like trying to go out there. And then like this, by the time of the second semester, things were starting to get better. Clubs were starting to get more active again. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is a turning point, and I'm kind of bored with this KKK life, and I want to do something with my life. Because I believe that university is not just a place where you get ilmu. It's not just a place where you get knowledge, but it's also a place where you can truly maximize your potential and become who you need to be in life in order for you to like make a difference in the world, right? Yeah, and I think that university is the best platform for that. So that's why I'm always advocating for higher education. Whenever I hear high school students say like, oh, I don't want to study, I just want to become an influencer, I think that's kind of stupid because, they have a misconception where university is just like, a waste of time. But I promise you it's not. And it is I learned more in these 4 years of university than I did in a decade at school. So I guess that was the turning point in my life to become who I am today. So after I started to become more active, a lot more opportunities came through the door. A lot of doors opened for me, and I'm still enjoying those benefits to this day. So I think that to anyone who is listening to this, I feel like it is so important for you to just go out of your comfort zone, because I know your comfort zone seems like such a warm hug. It feels like, it feels nice, right?
Yep.
But comfort kills. I always say that to myself. So in order for you to truly grow, I feel like you always have to step out of your comfort zone. And I think that was the turning point in my life where I think that things started to change for me. So yeah.
Very well said. I think I have to take that in my mind as well because I'm in my second year.
Nice. You still have a long time to go.
Inshallah. I hope I can be someone like you in future.
Nah, you're gonna be better than me, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay. So just like you have mentioned right now, throughout your time at IIUM, you have worn many hats, like being a leader, being a student, being a volunteer. So what was one moment or decision that truly shaped who you are today?
I think in my second year, first semester of my second year, I decided to run for election, not SU. It was for the department-based society of my department, which was the it was called PlanMIC. It's basically the Student Representative Council for Urban Planning Students. And I ran for election, and I won. I became the president, and that lasted for like 2 months. After I was the president for 2 months, we did a lot of changes. We allocated the biggest welfare budget in the history of department-based societies. We implemented welfare policies, and we did so much for the students. And at that time, a senior came to me. His name is Hafiz Zainal. I consider him my mentor back in university. And he told me like, okay, what you're doing is great, but why don't we amplify this to a much larger scale? Instead of helping 100 students, why not help 1,000 students, right? And he asked me if I wanted to become the president of Arkiming. Well, not become, but like to at least run and try, right? So I had like, at first I was hesitant. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm already comfortable here, right? But again, comfort kills. So he asked me, like, he told me, like, I really think that you should definitely step up, because I feel like this is a good platform for you to grow, right? And then I really thought about that, and I feel like it was a risk to me, because I already had this position, and that means that I have to resign and take a risk to, win this election. Because if I lose both, if I resign and then I end up losing the election, then I'll end up with nothing, right?
Yep.
But high risk, high reward. I resigned after only being the president for 2 months, and then I ran for election. And I feel like we did a lot of great things, and alhamdulillah, I won. And we did a lot of great things for the students, benefits which they are still enjoying today. We allocated more than 20,000 ringgit for welfare. We launched a period poverty campaign where every single sister in Kaet at the time had complete unlimited access to sanitary pads whenever they go to the toilet. And we even renovated the female surau, where we allocated 5,500 for that. And where did we get the money? Well, we did a lot of CSR programs from other companies. We also conducted a concert, which got us cancelled back in the day, but we used the money for good.
Yeah.
At the end of we started the tenure with 500 ringgit, and after Kaet Fest, after everything was settled, we got a revenue of 114,000 ringgit with profits of 40,000 ringgit. So yeah, we did a lot of good with that money. Things that they are still enjoying to this day. So yeah.
So good to hear. And it's a lot of information. But I feel like, again, I'm so proud to, get such a good person as my first guest.
Thank you.
So again, before moving on, let's take a, quick break
Yeah,
and
sure.
process everything.
Okay.
So yeah, so viewers, let's take a small break.
Sebaik mata, namun tak pernah pun setitis gugur berderai di pipi. Tidak di tempat hidup sengsara, suratan nasib yang melanda menunggang badai bergelora. Camar pulang senja, patah sayangnya tetap terberjuang. Sekadar secicip rezeki buat yang sedang rindu menanti. Segenggam tabah dipertahankan buat bekalan di perjalanan. Kau bebat luka yang berdarah, kau baru hati yang jalan. Tertulis suratan nasibmu, derita buatmu ada hikmahnya. Terlukis senyum di bibir lesu, tak siapa tahu hatimu. Jernih di muara, biarpun jenuh hidup di Palu, pasti bertemu terangnya. Suratan nasib yang melanda menongkar badai bergelora di reda bersendirian. pasti bertemu dengannya. Saat hatimu terluka, akulah yang menemanimu, membasuh air matamu. Namun mengapa ketika hatimu telah tersenyum lagi, aku yang kau lupa. Tak sedarkah selama ini aku yang menginginkanmu? Mengapa sulit untukku bisa miliki hatimu? Bahkan selama ini hadirku tak berharga untukmu. Wah, yang terjadi kini, ku hanya rumah persinggahanmu. Di saat kau terluka dan di saat semuanya reda, kau menghilang begitu saja. Jika memang ini tak ada harapan, mengapa aku yang harus jadi tujuan? Saat hatimu terluka, aku yang jadi obatnya, tanpa pernah kehargai cinta dan kasih yang setulus ini. Mengapa sulit? Mengapa sulit untukku bisa miliki hatimu? Bahkan selama ini hadirku tak berharga untukmu. Wah, yang terjadi kini, ku hanya rumah persinggahanmu. Di saat kau terluka dan di saat semuanya reda, kau menghilang begitu saja. Dan di saat semuanya reda, kau menghilang begitu saja.
Okay, so let's continue the interview. So I believe that every success story comes with a moment of struggle. So can you share a time when you almost felt like this, like let's just give up? So when was the time?
I felt like I was gonna give up the whole time. I because sometimes we like to portray our confident side, our good side, but beneath I was struggling. I was like drowning. I felt like drowning most of the time. Because how Kaed is, right? Kaed is crazy. Kaed is insane. We have to sleep in our studio. I barely know my roommates, and it's like it's crazy, and you have to balance that with being like president. So you feel like the whole world is collapsing. You have so much weight on your shoulders. So many people expect so many things from you. Your lecturer expects you to maintain the good results. The people, your committee members expect you to still lead the society well. So to do both things, it requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of struggle and persistence. So I still remember back my second year, my third year, because both years, in my second year I was the president of Archimic, and my third year I was the president of the Good Society. So it's like to balance these things, oh my god, it was extremely difficult. But I got through it through like multiple strategies that I implemented. Firstly, and I think there's something like other students can benefit from as well. Firstly, I like to compartmentalize my thoughts and my my daily activities. So whenever I'm doing my committee and extracurricular works, I would completely focus on that. I wouldn't do two things at once, because if you do two things at once, then you'll just be bad at both, right? And another one is I was really scared before I got more involved in all these extracurricular activities that my grades would drop. And I feel like that is such prominent belief among students, like, oh, if you are active in Koku, you might not be able to focus in class, you might not be able to focus on your assignments. But my grades actually got better after I was active, because I felt like inactivity breeds inactivity, where you have all this time in a single day, right? And we spend so much time doing nothing. So being forced to like balance these two aspects of my life made me more strategic. It made me feel like, okay, I have to plan and coordinate my daily things well in order for me to get a bit of everything done. But that doesn't mean that I neglect my family duties, my friends, or sports or anything. I always try to make time for friends, my family, sports, my hobbies, because I feel like there's much more to life than just studies and whatever you have going on in your extracurriculars. Because sometimes when we are too focused on that, we forget that there are other aspects of life that makes life worth living, like your family, your friends, people around you, your loved ones. Yeah, so no matter how busy you are, you should never neglect that. Because whenever I feel like the whole world was like pushing me down, I always go back to the core people in my life, my family, my friends. So I feel like they really got me through a lot, and I'll forever be grateful to them, because they are who shaped me to be who I am today. So yeah.
Very well said. And I feel like this will help a lot of students, because even I myself, just like I've told before, I'm there in a lot of societies. So it's kind of hard to manage everything. So I think
really is.
all the people who's having the same thing after listening to this particular interview, I hope it'll help them a lot.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So
inshallah.
something related to this, maybe you can look at the camera and then you can say like people...
This camera. Oh, that camera.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on.
Yeah, so you can say something to the students who are currently struggling to find balance, to find direction, or they feel like lost. You can say something.
I feel like this is something that you cannot escape while being a student. You will always feel lost. Sometimes you won't know what you can do or what you have to do, and that's normal. It's like don't doubt yourself or like put yourself down, because sometimes when we look at other people, we ask like, oh, how did this person do that? How did this person get so accomplished? But everyone struggles in their own way. Despite the fact that somebody looks so accomplished, you never know the depth of their struggles, what they're dealing with, the battlegrounds that they are facing on a daily basis. But if you truly are trying to balance your life with academics or extracurriculars or whatever it is, I always employ these three strategies, which, as I said before, compartmentalization, where you can picture your mind as having different drawers. So this is something I learned from the biography of Napoleon Bonaparte, where he strategized and compartmentalizes his mind into different segments. So when he was the emperor of France, he divided his mind into military and administration and many other things. So when he was focusing on military strategies, that's the only thing he did. He shut down the other drawers of his life to fully focus on that. And when he needed to focus on administrative matters, he closed the military drawer and opened the administrative one. So it allowed him to fully focus on everything that he's doing. And that ties down to strategy number 2, which is hyper-focus. Whenever you feel like, for example, you have 10 assignments, right? Don't do a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, a bit of that, like every 10 minutes. But truly hyper focus on one thing, get a milestone, like set a milestone, and don't stop until you reach that milestone. And that doesn't mean that you have to do work for hours. The way that I strategize my assignments was the first day that I got my assignment, I would just spend 15 minutes on it the first day, just to gather all the reading materials, just to like know, okay, what is this asking me to do, just to have a better understanding of that, and compile all the reading materials in one folder. And then I go to the next day. The next day I'll just write the intro. That's it. Just start early, because you don't have to do a lot in a long time. Just break it down into small chunks of digestible information or digestible tasks, so that it's like easier for you. And my third one is the most obvious one, is time management. Because if you don't manage your time, then it'll be really hard for you to survive. So I employed these 3 strategies to truly help me keep afloat, and it worked. And I'm still trying to implement that in my life today. Yeah. So if you have good fundamentals, then I feel like you can really go far. So yeah.
Wow. I'll keep this in my mind, and I hope the viewers also do it. So let's take a small break again. But before that, just like he said, don't doubt yourself. So yeah.
All right.
Bersaksi cinta di atas cinta, dalam alunan tasbihku
everyone, Shazwan here from Talent Corporation Malaysia Berhad. Don't forget to listen to IIUM FM, your campus radio.
Okay, so unfortunately, this is our last session.
No.
And I'm really sad.
I was
but
having fun.
Same. So, yeah. For your next question, now that you are in a position of real world leadership, how different it is from what you have imagined back in your university, like when you were studying in IIUM?
I think like as a I wouldn't say I'm in a very high position, but it's completely different. I feel like when I was a student, I was stupid and naive because we think that we know everything. Oh, this is how the world works because this is what I learned in class. But that's totally not the case because when you're like in a position of power in real life and when people are so much older than you, you realize that, oh, I actually don't know anything. I'm just like, I'm fresh from the oven. I don't know anything. I have so much to learn. So I guess that is a very humbling experience because most of the time when we have positions of power in university, right, the people that we are leading are all similar in age and with like somewhat of a similar background. But when you're leading something in reality, when you're leading like a company or an organization, an NGO or whatever, you have to deal with so many barriers in terms of the bureaucracy because if you want to do like an event and it's somewhat similar to being in university, you have to go through so many approval, right? And the same is amplified in real life and you have to deal with so many different types of people who are much older than you, by the way, who just look at you like you're a kid who doesn't know anything. And to be fair to them, if I was 50 years old and some kid is telling me what to do, I would look at that kid and say, who are you to tell me? I started working even before you were born, right? Yeah. So like it's different. It's a whole different ball game. But I feel like it's an interesting process and yeah, I feel like I'm learning a lot. And even though like I had a good run back in university, as I would like to believe, it doesn't necessarily translate into success in real life because you will soon realize that we don't really know a lot in terms of the real world and we have to always be humble, stay on the ground and accept other people's ideas because they have literally been working longer than we have been alive and it's like crazy and there's so much more to learn from them and yeah, that's the primary difference. So yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to rapid fire.
Okay, let's go.
I'll ask you some questions. You have to answer without thinking.
All right.
Describe your first one. Describe your IIUM experience
Great.
in one word.
Great. Amazing. Exceptional. Remarkable.
Okay. Second one book or quote that has deeply inspired you.
In times of hardship, do not pray for easier lives, but pray to be a stronger person.
Okay. Your comfort food after a
Char kway
long
teow.
day. Sorry?
Char kway teow.
Okay.
Specifically Penang char kway teow, not the wet one.
I haven't tried it yet.
You haven't tried it? You've been here for like so many years. You're missing out.
Inshallah, I'll try.
Nah, no inshallah. You have to do it.
Okay, I will. Maybe after this.
Yeah.
If it is here, definitely. Okay. Who's your biggest role model when it comes to leadership?
My dad. Yeah. Can I tell a bit?
Yeah,
Just a short story.
It's okay.
He was born in extreme poverty and he was actually the first person in his kampong to go to university. We were from Kelantan and he was raised in a very rural kampong. It's called Kot Lanas. And yeah, he started from absolutely nothing and now he has built a company with his two bare hands from absolutely nothing. And that company is still surviving after 30 years and it's still growing at an impeccable pace. So yeah.
Now I can understand why you said it's your dad. Okay, moving on. What's one barrier you're still working to overcome?
Trying to figure out what I want in life. Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately, the last question. What is something that you miss studying in IIUM?
What I miss studying?
Yeah, being a student in IIUM.
Oh, everything. Absolutely everything. You tend to miss the most simple things after you leave university. You miss going out with your friends. You miss just having stupid dinner after class. It's just the little things, walking to class. It's the little things that you really, really miss. Because, honestly, adulthood is very stale. So I really hope everyone who is listening to this, who is still a student, cherish your university years, because I feel like that is when you are truly happy. We're all depressed after we leave, but yeah, it's okay. Life is good. Yeah, but just cherish your uni days.
Okay, it's been a lot of messages and information, and I hope everyone can apply it in their life. So thank you so much, brother Aiman Ariffin, for joining us today and sharing such inspiring insights. Because like your story reminds us that success is not just about how far we go, it's about the courage to begin, to fail, and then to keep move forward.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes. And to our listeners, remember, every barrier you face is a test of your strength, not a measure of your limit. So keep learning, keep striving, and always move beyond barriers. I'm your DJ Aysha Afrin. Thank you so much for tuning into our very first episode on IUM-FM. And from the next week onwards, our show will be as usual from 5 until 6. So until next time, Assalamu alaikum and stay inspired. Thank you for tuning to IUM-FM, your campus radio.
Mengapa masa